Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monica, aka Moniliza, and I am an illustrator and comic writer. And this is episode 8 of my comic book diaries. If you're new here, please comment, like, subscribe. Crazy enough, we are 3 months into me documenting my journey. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster, but also pretty exciting to finally have this come into fruition, as it's something that I've been working on since 2021. Had to put a pause on it for a bit and then slowly work on it again. So to quickly recap from the past 2 weeks, I was working on finishing my inking. Thankfully, it's been finally going up to date. I had to put it on pause for a bit to work on a bit of some of the little nitty gritty details needed to focus on. As I mentioned last week, I shared my big news on the fact that I am rethinking on how to launch my comic book now that I'm waitlisted for New York Comic Con. I've been working on my Artist Alley booth. I finally came around to creating a few little options, which I'll share. I was playing around with the idea of having it to be feeling almost like a Mexican mercado, having it bright, but still in my colors and fun and playful. Of course, as well as making sure I capture some of the things that I remember growing up. Like, for instance, I loved as a child a sticker machine. It was my favorite thing in the world. So I kind of wanted to hone in on that detail. I wanted to do a faux sticker machine graphic, and that's where I'm going to display all of my stickers. And then I also wanted to play around with typography. I love how in these markets that a lot of them use a pretty basic font with mix of Old English, which is my favorite. I wanted to play around with that too and making it colorful and just feeling super fun and easy to work. I'm not necessarily someone whose strong suit is typography or logoing or even branding. I decided to play around with a few different options, and I originally showed this to one of my good friends who is really strong in branding. She has her own brand. I'm always admired about how she comes up with these ideas. She gave me a few suggestions, and then I played around with adding a few more options. I really loved it. I shared with my friends who I know either who come from a branding background or they have their own brands themselves, or just has a really strong set of really great designer kind of eye. Also sharing with someone who's not from the creative background and getting their input, hey, if you walked into this booth, what does it remind you of? And if it doesn't remind you of what I was trying to do, what can I do to improve it? I'm so happy because out of all the people that I send it to, I say about 90% pick the one they like the most. There was 2 options, so I'm going to try to play around with it since the banner is same color, although the little details are same. The only thing that's different is the fabric that is on the bottom of the booth. So I'm really excited. I am working on the graphics for it. Coincidentally, speaking of printing, I didn't film any of this, but I finally went to the Octavia lab at the library in downtown Los Angeles. And if you're not aware of this, this is something I kind of learned this year, is if you have a public library card, especially in the downtown Central Library, they have a place called the Octavia Lab. When you enter, you go 2 levels down. It's a space that's only limited hours. I believe usually open every day from around 1 to 5. They offer free services and machines. You also get 1 free poster size a week, which is great because sometimes it just adds up. It tends to be $30-40, or maybe I'm exaggerating if I print it out at Staples versus printing it out at Octavia Lab, which is great because I'm going to save money. You also have the opportunity to use a 3D printer. You are only allotted 10 hours per week. It could take some bit of time. Initially, I bought these STL files, which is a format of a sculpt file that you use when you vend out to a 3D printing machine. I bought it from this artist named Sandwick, and if I'm saying it wrong, I'll post it right here. So yeah, you get these 3D files, and I initially wanted to do 3 of 2 different designs. Because I'm only allotted 10 hours a week, it will take approximately 4 months, and this is all free. So amazing. But I was thinking, since I'm really wanting to launch this new branding idea for my booth in Rose City Comic Con, I would have to fork out a little bit of money. I did purchase it from the artist Sandwick as well. I thankfully reached out to them. I told them, hey, I'm looking to buy these designs, this quantity, this color, and I need it by this date. Do you think it's possible? And thankfully they said yes. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it comes through. I'm gonna, of course, in September, start documenting a little bit more of the physical aspect of the Artist Alley and show you guys what I've been working on, because I'm gonna print my banner. I'm gonna print new signage for the prices, the cute little sticker machine faux idea for displaying my stickers, as well as just kind of doing a fake layout to kind of prep myself. Does it look good? Does it need to be modified? Before going into the comic book, I'm just going to quickly share. I went to a cute little small gallery called, and I'm reading it off because I'm going to forget. It's called Enjoy the Little Things by Cherry Human Studios, and it's at the store/gallery called Leanna Lynn's Wonderland. I hope I'm saying that right. If not, I'm gonna tag the Instagram in this video. Yeah, my friend Geraldine and Claudia both have art displays. So if you are in Los Angeles, specifically in Eagle Rock area, please go check it out and support. Exhibit is there till September 26th, and it was really cute. It. Just brought me a little piece of joy. It's nice to see what other fellow artists are doing and kind of get inspiration or just bring joy. And that's pretty much what all you can ask for in life. After that, I actually also went to another exhibit later on this past week. It was at Gallery Nucleus, which is a great exhibit I love going to, and it's in Alhambra. Again, if I'm saying this wrong, I apologize. I'm gonna tag the name above, and it's Yoichi Nishikawa, and it's the Japanese illustrator. It's notably known for doing landscaping for Studio Ghibli. It's actually this book, I think I shared in the previous episode or a couple episodes ago. I wanted to see and capture the paintings because, as you know, that I'm going to try my best to do acrylic wash landscape backgrounds, specifically only for the spirit world, just because it's going to be super colorful and different types of plants and foliage, or I just wanted to feel very dreamy. That's kind of what Studio Ghibli films give me. Like, it's so dreamy and beautiful. And so I wanted to capture the same vibe for the landscaping. So much thought goes into these paintings, like the amount of little details and the little brush strokes. I am at all nowhere going to be as great as this, but I definitely want to strive for it for one day, because again, I am not at all strong suit in landscaping, perspective. Those are two things that I want to work on as an illustrator. A lot of my background comes from doing character design, concept art, doing a lot of back-end creative research, and especially with my Artist Alley booth, little nitty-gritty things to do with the comic. As far as jumping back into the comic, I am starting a little bit of the process of coloring. I did map out the next 2 weeks. I was initially not able to color at all this past week. I somehow am still going to be on schedule with the coloring process. So I'm planning to work 2 pages per day. I have a couple days at the end of August where I allotted for doing overview of everything, make sure that the coloring and the pacing of it goes well. In addition, adding in all the script and the text, making sure that it makes sense, and writing a cute little author's note at the end of it. So that's pretty much it right now. Super creative kind of week, but also a lot of what feels like a lot of like admin kind of work on the back end. Not anything related to comic book, but I thought I would share. If you're a Big Bang fan, I'm gonna be in Oakland day 2, and something that K-pop concerts have been doing lately, or at least new to me, giving out freebies. I made, and it's on, if you haven't noticed on my microphone, I made Big Bang OT4 holographic photo cards of my illustrations. Yeah, I made them, all of them, wearing their Coachella fit, except Top, since he wasn't there. My little delusion of he's gonna be at the show. Did it when he did his mukbang of his favorite snacks or something like that. It was a YouTube video that I saw. I put in all of like either some of their iconography that they each soloists resemble with, or for instance, Top, his obsession with chairs, which is funny. And in the back, I put my information, QR code, and my website, my handle. And yeah, I'm gonna put them in a mystery bag. Everyone's only gonna get one. And then I'm also gonna put a cute little mini photo of the group. Next video, I'll definitely have a huge announcement that coincides with the comic book. And it's something that I need a little bit more time to marinate on my idea for this launch. Please hit that subscribe button so you are gonna be up to date, or follow me on my socials. I have Instagram, TikTok, as well as I apologize for not being too on it with my Substack, which is my newsletter, but I promise it will be starting to have more updates to it. As I mentioned last week, I was trying to lock it down, and I have been. And even though it does kind of maneuver what is important around a bit, but in all, like all those things that I've been doing these past couple of weeks is really important and key to having this launch, and as well as prepping for Rose City Comic Con, which I'm super excited to go, as well as, I don't know, a little fun and doing these Big Bang photo cards. There's a lot on my plate, but not to complain. It's just like I can see everything finally coming together, and it's super exciting, but it's a lot of hard work, and I know it's going to be worth it. So again, thank you again for watching this video and keeping up to date with the Comic Book Diaries. I am super excited to see where this all lands. Yeah, as we're finally going to be soon wrapping up the development side, and after next week's episode, we are going to move into the marketing perspective and the launch of it. I'm also going to be documenting a bit of my Artist Alley booth. I wanted to try to figure out on how to kind of share that with a new perspective. I myself really love watching Artist Alley videos. I want to say thank you to all the artists that actually do that, because it's been super informative to me and helpful on either figuring out display stuff or things that I didn't know I needed to bring with me. It's all just kind of helpful in that sense. Thank you again, and I hope you liked this week's episode. It's super lighthearted. I hope you're ready, as I am, to finally come into a full circle finish, because this is my little baby, and I really hope that it resonates with you. Come along with the journey, because I am so freaking excited. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.